our sister city, just recently went on a trip to Fuji and has come to tell us a little bit about it and a plan that a project that she's going to be working on. I thought was a great idea, and we'll see if we can help with that. So, Whitney.
Konbanwa, minasan. That was a greeting I gave in Japan, and now I give to you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, as well as for your time. My name is Whitney Sievertson, and I'm the newly appointed Goodwill Ambassador for Franklin and for Coogee. You might ask, what is a Goodwill Ambassador? Because to be honest, I didn't know at first either. My official position is to serve as a bridge between the two cities and promote the friendship we have. While the bond between Franklin and Coogee is quite strong already, it is my job to strengthen it more. Back in September, I had the amazing opportunity to represent Franklin and spend a month in Coogee. And if you see the monitor behind you, that is a picture of Coogee Iwate. I was appointed upon my arrival as ambassador and then had the most amazing time I could have hoped for. I met many people who I cried and laughed with, those who I learned alongside, and those who taught me many things. As you can see, I visited different schools, and I also attended the Akimatsuri, which is a big fall festival. And there's one of the school with the high school kids, and they really liked me. Most importantly, I found out from where we came, where it started, and who started it. It started with the name Thomas and Allen, who first formed the bridge between our two cities. In Coogee, many people respect and admire Thomas and Allen. I had the blessing of meeting a few people who were personally taught by her. I want to continue the legacy that Allen has started and pass on the joy of learning new cultures to others. And so I have a proposal. As you may know, Coogee has a delegation set up where a select number of students visit Franklin every year. Unfortunately, we do not have something similar set up in Franklin. And because of this, I want to start a scholarship which would send Franklin students to Coogee. The scholarship, which I have temporarily named the Allen Fund, would send 4 students every year to Coogee. I would also go to Coogee with the students to act as a guide and interpreter. As for the funding, I suggest we partner with the Japanese companies in Franklin. That way the burden of the price does not fall on the taxpayers, and we can strengthen our partnership with the existing companies in Franklin. It would also be an incentive for any future Japanese companies looking to settle in Franklin. In 2020, a little over a year, we will have the 60th anniversary of Franklin and Coogee becoming a sister city. I suggest that is when we send the first delegation. It would give us time to raise the funds, as well as promote the scholarship so we can receive applicants. I have papers within my folder that demonstrates the possible schedule that we could have and also the budget for each ticket based on my experience. I'll have that handed out, and any questions you have, I'm willing to answer. Yes, no problem.
Okay, Whitney, I think so we can just, what we discussed was you would put a presentation together.
Yes.
And Krista would help us get all the contacts for the Japanese companies, maybe not even just in Franklin, but Johnson County.
Yes.
And we would go and you would do the presentation and see if we could get buy-in.
Yes.
From the businesses. And just, I know the city council last year, we talked about this when Coogee was here. I know the council's excited about trying to send the help to down the road. So go ahead and tell some of your experience that you had there, because I was taken back whenever you come in and start telling me about all the cool stuff that you did. Do you have the slides on there?
I have, yeah, just the different pictures, and I can go in detail about the pictures. So this, let me see, right there, the picture of the sea was, Coogee is actually right by the mountains and also the sea. So you could be in the mountains and overlooking the sea. It's really gorgeous. And that second picture is actually outside my first host family house, Osaki-san. That is a rice field, and it was right in front of the house, and it was gorgeous every morning. So Coogee is very, it's a hard word to say, but rural. It's very rural, yes. And they have like a lot of land, and it's very spread out, so very gorgeous to see in the mornings. And then that was my appointment, and it was very scary because it was very formal. I didn't know what to expect, and they actually had a Coke sitting for me in like this super formal glass, and I was like, thank you. I don't know what to do. But I was really excited, and there was a newspaper there. I was actually, I have a picture of the second one here, but there it goes. This was a newspaper I was in. I was actually interviewed a couple days before I left, and that's actually the state paper. But this picture was featured in the city paper. And then on the left side, I had attended a judo class with the students. And it was funny because we didn't do any judo. They had me hold up cards and say what it meant to me in English. So he treated it like an English class. And on the right side, I attended the Akimatsuri, which is the fall festival. It's a huge event and everybody gathers. And it was really funny because as I walked through the crowd, see, I speak Japanese and I knew where people were pointing me out because I heard somebody go, look, it's a foreigner. So, you know, people definitely gawk at you because Kuji does not have many foreigners. It's not like Tokyo. Tokyo, I walked by and nobody took a second glance, but at Kuji, they just stare at you. So that was really funny. And then on the left side is the Akimatsuri as well, and they have an event where you pull the floats and you sing this song the whole time. And I was on TV that night because it's a really big event in Kuji and people come around from the Iwate area to see it. And then on the right side is the high school students. I was there the one day before I left, the 26th, and I left on the 27th. So they were all really nice to me and they gave me lots of snacks. So I was really grateful for that. But yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I unfortunately do not have the pictures here, but I do have Thomasine Allen, whose house I was able to personally visit. And her kindergarten is actually still running to this day. I actually saw some of the children who attend there, and my host brothers attended the kindergarten as children. So the mission that she started is still very much thriving. And I hope to continue that by letting some other kids experience some of the things I did.
Whitney, have you been in touch with anybody from the Franklin Rotary Club?
Actually, Greg Moore.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. They actually helped me a lot with teaching Japanese. I'm not exactly bilingual, but I know enough to get by in conversations, and they were a big part of that.
I'm sure if you spoke with Greg that he would be willing to set up a meeting with the representatives of the club and have you come in and discuss what your proposals are and maybe even through Rotary find some assistance on that as well.
Yes.
So I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah.
Was Kuji, was it impacted by the 2011 tsunami?
Yes. There's actually, I have a couple of presentations back at home that were presented by me. There was also a typhoon, either the typhoon or a storm, Lion Rock. They used to actually, everybody told me everywhere I went, they used to have a McDonald's and they used to have a movie theater, and then the typhoon took it. So they haven't rebuilt it, but it's very interesting because there were certain areas that were impacted, I believe. And in Kuji, they have an aquarium, and there's a turtle there named Kamikichi, and he's famous because he survived the typhoon. So yeah, he's a big attraction there.
That would make a good Rotary program.
Yes.
The students, will it be a whole school year they go over there, or will it be just for
It would be for a short period of
a
time.
short period?
I think the way the Kuji delegation comes here, they come here for a very small sort of time,
About a
but
week, it's
yeah,
a little-
yeah.
it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I thought for about a short time as well, but just enough for them to be able to experience the culture, but not be there so long that the funds are outrageous.
And we will have to get with Dr. Clendenning, school superintendent,
Right, for
work through those details
Right.
also.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, and I know that Dr. Clendenning is, he would buy it, he's wanting to do this, so. I thought it was, tell them how you get to be the ambassador.
Oh goodness, it was so insane. So originally I thought I was going to be the friendship ambassador, which was something that we had no idea what that meant. And then they emailed me just a couple of days before I left, and it was so funny because it was almost midnight, and I text my mom like, are you up? I have this news. And they're like, hey, we want to make you the Goodwill ambassador. And they were really rolling the dice on this one because when I got to the Kuji, after my stay and as I was returning home, my good friend Yuko Gamano, she is with International Affairs, she told me we were so worried we were going to get a bad person for this one. She's like, we were so worried we were going to get a basic girl that's like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, you really didn't know, did you? The terms had been coming up, and when I first arrived, they gave this to me, if I can open this, they gave this to me and had it signed, and they're like, well, you can go over the terms with your mayor and everything. But they wanted to be very official because the reason that they wanted to make me the Goodwill Ambassador was because of the nearing 2020, the anniversary, 60 years. So, but I told them, I don't want it to be something with my name. I hope I can do something, so.
And we're looking to set up a fund at the community foundation.
Yes.
I'm kind of leading you into some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but we talked about going to community foundation,
Yes.
setting up a fund, so if somebody wants to donate to it, and we
Yes.
will let the Japanese companies know that, you know, that's where it's gonna go to.
Yes.
And then they would get the funds to go out of that.
Yes, I will handle the brunt of talking to everybody. I'm a very people person, thank you to my mother. I'll go to the schools, I'll go to the companies. Since I can speak both Japanese and English, I'll be able to give the presentations to the companies. Because not all businessmen, actually, Greg Moore, who's a part of the Rotary Club, they did everything for me. He teaches the businessmen English, so if I need be, I can speak in Japanese to them.
Sure.
So,
And you tried to teach me, I can't even remember what. it
arigato
was.
gozaimasu.
Yeah, and I gave up.
I still have the footage on my phone.
Yeah, that was funny, wasn't
And they got it.
it? So did you show that to the mayor?
I felt so bad. I was going home and I totally forgot. Every time I saw the mayor, there was always a man and he shuffled you around, like, go here, go here. I wasn't used to that because, you know, with Franklin, it's kind of a home vibe. And my grandmother being in politics for so long, I knew everybody. But in Kuji, it's like, don't touch him. Don't speak. Don't make eye contact. He's a real sweetheart, though. He's really nice. But I was like, do I show you this on my phone or will it be smacked on my hand? Yes, but I'm really excited for it, and it's definitely a life-changing experience. I don't go a day without thinking about Kuji. And I still talk to one of my host families every day. So it's amazing.
Well, I can't think of anybody better to be our ambassador than you, and I appreciate it. And
Yes.
I'll say thank you, and thank you for coming. And you and I and Crystal will be speaking here soon about
Yes.
trying to move forward on what you want to try to accomplish.
Yes, thank you so much.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you. Do I give this back to you?